transpired since the Loyola game. Just looking back at that game, what do you hope they take away from that trip?
From the Indiana State trip?
Yep.
Yeah, well, I changed my mind a little bit by the time we got home that night. I had an opportunity to watch the game on the flight home, and that's the last time I'm going to watch it. So that one's done. Yeah, and I thought after that there was, and there were some things in the course of the game. We turned it over too much. Our footwork was not very good. Some things that we hadn't done, as we discussed, Nick, just some things we hadn't done for the better part of 2 months. And so by the time I got done watching it on the way home on the plane, guys, look, we're going to move on. We're going to move on from that one. Yep.
Well, with the two games last week as a whole, how concerning is it the pressure teams have been able to put on you guys early and the turnovers, especially in the first half?
Yeah, for the better part of 25 minutes against Loyola, they had really slowed us down offensively. Indiana State did some of the same. Some of the turnovers were self-inflicted. We just not on the same page with what we were trying to get done. A couple of ball handling errors, and then they're the way Indiana State played us. So yeah, we're going to have to do a better job with handling some of that pressure. And when we saw Southern Illinois the last time, we had played great in the first half. And in the second half, they got out and really guarded us and put pressure on us. And we're going to have to be able to handle that better than we did for a long time against Loyola, than we did at times against Indiana State, and for sure the second half against Southern. We're going to have to handle it better.
Which specific games are you thinking right now? But I know there are a couple games earlier in the conference season where facing some extra defensive pressure was an issue. Then obviously you're able to bounce back from it. So is it safe to say that maybe there's some counters to what you saw last week that you guys know you can go back to, or is some of it you got to go back to the drawing board?
A couple of things. There have been there have been times, the times that you're referring to. There have been those times during the course of the 18 games where we have our offense has gotten slowed down, where we have struggled some against some more of the pressure, whether it be on-ball pressure or some things they're doing off the ball to deny some cuts and bring some guys back to the basketball. Those things have happened. But as I looked at a couple things this morning. I think, as we know, we led the league in turnovers, fewest turnovers. So we're down under 11 turnovers per game. I'm not sure where it ended, I guess, after Saturday's game. But over the course of the 18 games, we either lead the league in fewest turnovers, or we're right there tied with somebody. And then our offense, our points per possession, until the last two, until the Loyola game and the game at Indiana State, we had it was either 7 of 9 or 8 of 9 that we were at 1 point or better. And what those two numbers tell me is there are points or in games or stretches in games where we do get slowed down, where at Missouri State's a good example. They got to us in the first half, and we didn't respond very well to some of that pressure individually and as a group. In the second half, we let our offense work for us. We didn't change a lot. We really didn't change much at all at halftime. Came out and ran, for the most part, the same actions. Had it structured the same way, and just did a better job of it. I think that's the most important thing, is that we do a better job of executing the things that have worked well for us. And then we've got, like you always do, after playing a team twice, there's some things that we'll look at adjusting just a little bit. But I can tell you, I think one of the most important things that I've learned over the course of my 18 years is trying to do a lot of new things before you get to your first game in St. Louis. It's never worked for us. It's never worked for me as a head coach. Trying to do a lot of new things. Now, I've got a lot of things I'd like to do, like all day yesterday watching film, and it's that way every year. It isn't just with this team. Every year you think, okay, we got all week to get ready for Friday. Man, this would be great, and look what this team did, and that would be great. And what I've learned is that it doesn't work. So we're going to do 95% of what we've been doing, both ends. We're going to do that on Friday night. And then there'll be a couple little adjustments that we got to make based on who we're playing. We just have to do it better than some of the stretches that you're referring to. And there's no question about that. We've got to be stronger in some situations. We've got to execute better in situations. We just have to do it better. But then watching our team play and looking at some of the numbers, I feel like the guys have really done a good job the last 3-4 weeks in particular at the offensive end.
Think about playing Southern Illinois